This is lesson 24 of beer characteristics, and in this lesson, we are looking at the sweet character in beer. The sweet character in beer. The primary source for a sweet character in beer is residual sugars left unfermented in the beer. Key contributing factors to residual sugars: low attenuating yeast strains like used with Scottish ales, high dextrin content that increases both mouthfeel and sweetness, and added unfermentable sugars like lactose often used in sweet stouts. Yeast role in sweetness. Some yeast strains are naturally low attenuating and leave residual sugars increasing the sweetness of the beer. Low free amino nitrogen or low oxygen levels can lead to the yeast stalling out early and create a stuck fermentation, leaving unfermented sugars in the beer. This all results in a high final gravity, leading to a sweet, worty flavor in our beer. Other sweetness enhancing factors. Ethanol content. At around 5% ABV, ethanol can begin to enhance perceived sweetness. And chloride in the water. Elevated chloride levels can create a sweeter, fuller mouthfeel in the beer. There's some things we can do to control sweetness levels in beer. We can plan out appropriate original gravity targets and mash temperatures. Higher original gravities can lead to more unfermented sugars, and higher mash temperatures can create more complex sugars that add a level of residual sugars. Adding adjuncts can control sweetness levels. We can add sugars that aren't fermentable, like lactose, to increase sweetness, or fully fermentable sugars like corn sugar to add more alcohol without that additional sweetness. We can also select an appropriate yeast strain for the character we want in our beer. And we can add additional caramel malts to boost the malt sweetness in the character of our final beer. Style appropriateness and sweetness. High sweetness and malty character is desirable in wee heavies, English barley wines, and icebox. Lower sweetness levels and dry finishes is expected in American lagers, Berliner Weiss, Gueuze, and Saisons. The sweet beer character in summary. Sweetness primarily comes from unfermented sugars. Yeast choice, fermentation health, and ingredient selection all affect sweetness. Style guidelines dictate acceptable sweetness levels, with some styles favoring higher residual sugars than others. And if we perceive excessive sweetness in a beer that we're evaluating for our judging/tasting exam, we can offer something to the effect of: experiment with mash temperatures, yeast strains, and adjuncts to fine-tune sweetness. And that is all for the sweetness character, so let's move on to the next lesson.